My first 100 came in England. It was in the second Test match we were playing at Old Trafford. In the first innings, I had scored 68 runs and I was the last one to get out. But in the second innings, when I walked out to bat, I was batting at number 6, and we had lost a few wickets, and we had to still play out number of overs. So I played out those overs, and there were opportunities to attack. I also attacked. But I precisely remember I was batting in 80s when Angus Fraser came and bowled a bouncer to me, which I ducked. And it hit the backside of the bat and the ball went to fine leg fielder. We got a single for that. And at that point of time, I remembered, because on the tour of New Zealand, which was the previous tour, in the second Test match, I got out on 88. So I immediately remembered that last time I got on 88, again I'm in the 80s. Fortunately, I moved on to the 90s and got that 100, stayed not out, and above all, kept the series alive, which was really important for us. Also, not to forget that was my first man of the match, and that's why I had to go and attend the press conference. Now, this was a new thing for me. I was not familiar with it, and everyone in the dressing room scared me to no bits. You will not believe. Whoever came next to me said, "Arey, press conference, you are in trouble." And that time, Madhav Mantri sir was there, who was quite old at that time. I think he was almost close to 70 or so. So he was someone who put his arm around me and said, "Don't worry, chalo, I'll come with you and I'll make sure that everything is fine. Don't worry." And that is how my first press conference took place. So all in all, a fabulous memory. I can't believe it's been 30 years now. I was only 17 then, so no strategy. Basically, the strategy was not to get out, to play out those number of overs. I thought there are about 60, 65 overs left. And in between, obviously, the new ball was available. So it was obvious that they were going to take the new ball, and which they did. And we played out the last few overs when they had taken the new ball. Well, at some point, I was advising Manoj Prabhakar. No, I don't think so. No, my habit was to share whatever I felt with my senior players. At that time, I was the junior most player in the team. So whoever got into the team was older than me. So I would just generally go and speak with them. Whatever I felt, I would have a chat, because it was in the interest of the team, and it really didn't matter how old the non-striker was. It was for the team, and I had to do it. I had to take that ownership, which I did. And even when I became the senior most player in the team, I had told a junior most player in the team that you please come and tell me if I'm doing something wrong, because I don't want to be sitting in the dressing room and then you walking next to me and telling me, "Arey, I thought you should have played like this." You much rather tell me there in the middle so that I can correct myself and continue to bat. I had toured more or less all the countries before I played in India. So I had toured, first was Pakistan, then New Zealand, then England, then I went to Australia, then I went to Zimbabwe, then I went to South Africa. So I virtually played, 32 innings. Just recently I was checking, and I had played 32 innings outside of India. There was one-off test match in India against Sri Lanka, but I hardly got any runs there. So after 32 innings, there was a proper 3 test match series in India, which I would like to call a proper home series for me. So I had traveled across the globe to play in various parts of the world. And obviously the first home 100 came in the second test match in Chennai, when I scored 165 against England. In one of these meet and greet, I was asked, what was the difference between your first 100 and the 100th 100? So I thought about it, and a witty answer came to me. I said, after I scored my first 100, I did not know that there were 99 to follow. And when I got stuck on 99 hundreds, and there were a number of people trying to advise me and tell me what to do and what not to do, failing to realize that there were 99 behind me. तो फर्स्ट 100 एंड 100th 100 में यही डिफरेंस था.